This past week, I did something I really needed, a 7-day Ayurvedic spring cleanse. And I decided to document the whole thing day by day. Now, before you imagine choose fasting or extreme detoxing, let me say that this cleanse was about rhythm, simplicity, nourishment, and really listening to my body. I kept the structure, 3 warm meals a day, supportive herbs like neem and triphala, foot massages in the evening, and yes, even the castor oil day made an appearance. In a blog post, I share exactly what I ate each day, how I felt, both physically and emotionally, and how I supported my digestion and energy as the days unfolded. I also go into the part most people forget about, how to reintroduce food afterwards, so its benefits actually last. So if you're curious about what real-life Ayurvedic cleanse can look like, and you're thinking of doing a seasonal reset, or if you just want to be reminded that nourishment doesn't have to be restrictive, here's what it looked like. A look inside the cleanse, my experience day by day. This week was Spring Week cleanse, and I want to share what the cleanse actually looked like. Everyone's experience is a little different, but if that sharing the rhythm, the meals, the tired moments, and the energy shifts helps others prepare for their own version. Below, it's a glimpse on Here is a glimpse into my personal journey, how I moved through each day, what I ate, and how I supported my body and mind. Day 1, easing in with substance and simplicity. When I begin a cleanse, I like to take it slow. I don't jump into thin soups or restrictions. I start with grounding, slightly denser foods that ease the transition. On day 1, I made khichdi and a beetroot and taro root soup. Beetroot helps stimulate bile flow, aiding digestion and alleviating heaviness. Taro root brings grounding and also supports toxin elimination by binding them and guiding them into the GI tract. Just removing nonsense food is already a huge act of cleanse. I also focus on returning to a rhythm, like 3 meals a day, no snacking, warm meals, and mindful eating. So letting go of small habits like eating crisps with my tea is already a powerful shift. Day 2, lightening up and herbal support. Still having khichdi, but I made a lighter zucchini and fennel soup. I increased hydration with ginger lemon tea and hot water, and I introduced Ayurvedic herbs. Neem after meals. Neem removes toxins from tissues, super bitter. Triphala in the evening. Triphala balances the digestion. And turmeric in the morning and the evening. Targets inflammation and supports the liver. These herbs work with a food that supports deeper cleansing by digesting the toxins and helping the body to flush toxins safely and gently. Day 3, settling in and observing cravings. Meals were more liquid, mung dal and spinach soup. I felt focused and productive during the day, though tired in the afternoon. So I took a 10-minute rest with my legs up and bounced back with more clarity. I noticed I wasn't really hungry in the evening, but craved texture, something to chew. This is often more mental than physical hunger. Sipping hot water every 15 minutes has really helped with digesting and those cravings. Day 4, the turning point. Day 4 is when things shift. The body adjusts to the cleanse and the digestion begins working efficiently. Hunger is less intense, and I felt more energetic and lighter. I had mung dal with taro and spinach during the day, and in the evening, the same soup with 2 chapatis. Eating early helped, and the chapatis gave enough grounding to keep me going during the evening teaching classes. Day 5, supporting a more physical day. I had massages and worked physically, so I started the day with oat porridge for a little more substance. For lunch, I made mung dal with spinach and spring cabbage. The spring cabbage, or cabbage in general, is not a standard cleanse food, as it aggravates vata dosha. But the spring cabbage is so much softer and smoother, easier to digest than the standard cabbage. So again, chapatis helped bring texture and satiety. I noticed mung dal really keeps me full longer, more so than khichdi, making it great for more active days. Energy has been steady and rest breaks kept me balanced. Day 6, staying steady, a teaching day. So I had again oat porridge for breakfast and mung dal with carrot and spinach for lunch and dinner. I felt a bit more tired after the week. So that was on Friday. So then day 7, deep cleanse and elimination. So day 7 is all about helping the body, fully eliminating the toxins that have been pulled from the tissues. It's my least favorite part because it involves castor oil, but it really is essential. I prepared the night 4 with hot spiced milk and ghee, which is a mild laxative. And then in the morning, I took 4 tablespoons of castor oil and 1 teaspoon triphala in ginger tea. The effect kicked in after about 90 minutes. The amount of castor oil really depends very much on how your body reacts to it. My body reacts quite fast, and I can't take much. These 4 spoons are the absolute minimum for me. But if your body needs more, you would need to repeat the process within 2 to 3 hours. This day of elimination, ensures that toxins actually leave the body. If you don't and you do skip this day, then they stay and they keep circulating and potentially create new imbalances. Until elimination is complete, I had only fluids, vegetable stock, ginger tea, and hot water. Once the castor oil had done its job and I felt hungry, I had a light liquidy khichdi in the early afternoon and evening as well. I felt tired but clear. The next day, the day after the cleanse, should always be a rest day. Meals should remain light and reintroducing heavier food should only be done gradually. The day after the cleanse, the actual cleanse day, really should be the same as the cleanse in terms of food. So read on to learn why that is. But first, I didn't manage what I was going to do. What I didn't manage to do was going to bed early. But it was earlier than usual. This has been my favorite add-ons. I took it easy and avoided stress. I practiced foot massages with a Kansa wand in the evenings, which helped draw excess heat from the body. I did journaling and had time for introspection. So then when we finish the cleanse, we all want to go back to normal, right? But unfortunately, we can't just go back to our usual food and eating habits. We need to gradually reintroduce the food that is slightly more difficult to digest. So how to reintroduce foods after a cleanse? Completing an Ayurvedic cleanse is a powerful reset for your digestion, energy, and overall well-being. But the real magic often happens after the cleanse ends. The post-cleanse phase, known in Ayurveda as samsarjana krama, this post-cleanse phase, known in Ayurveda as samsarjana krama, is gradually reintroduction of foods and routines that allow our digestion, the digestive fire, the Agni, to rebuild and strengthen. During the cleanse, meals are simplified and light, which gives digestion a rest, but also temporarily weakens Agni. The purpose of samsarjana krama, the gently reintroducing of food, is to reignite that digestive fire, starting with very easy to digest foods and then slowly increasing the complexity and as strength returns. Most people feel so good after a cleanse that they want to celebrate with coffee, bread, fried food, but jumping back into these heavy or processed foods too quickly can undo the benefit you've just gained. Worse still, it can overload the still sensitive digestion and lead to symptoms like bloating, brain fog, fatigue, or skin breakouts. Instead, think of this phase as an opportunity to lock in the benefits of the cleanse and gently transition into a more sustainable, healthy eating habit. It's also a powerful time to break the cycle of unhelpful habits and replace them with nourishing, supportive routines. So let's look at the process in detail. Day 1 to 3 post-cleanse is to rebuild and stabilize. Focus on warm, light, and soupy meals. Examples: liquid khichdi, pureed vegetable soup, steamed zucchini, carrot, spinach. Still avoid bread, dairy, meat, coffee, raw food, cold drinks, fried or processed food. To support, sip hot water or ginger tea throughout the day. Use dipana spices that kindle the Agni, the digestive fire, like ginger, black pepper, cumin, fennel, and lemon. The goal of these first 3 days is awaken digestion gently and maintain regular elimination. Day 4 to 5 is a gentle variety. So begin reintroducing slightly denser vegetables like sweet potatoes, squashes. Add grains such as quinoa or millet, small portions of toasted sourdough bread or chapatis if desired. Still no coffee, meat, fried foods, or processed snacks. Keep the meals warm, spiced, and simple. Avoid combining too many food types at once. Day 6 and 7, building digestive strength. Continue with the warm meals. Introduce small portions of sprouted or sourdough bread. if you haven't already. If you drink coffee, this is the time to reintroduce it very mildly. Start with half a cup, ideally with milk or spices like cardamom. Note, watch your energy and digestion closely. Don't reintroduce everything at once. And if you feel the your body reacts like with bloating and any other what you haven't had before, then you know whatever you introduced either in the day or the day before was just too much. So you come back, scale back. Days 8 to 10, heavier proteins and more variety. Light animal proteins such as bone broth, steamed or poached chicken, soft-boiled or poached eggs, light fish. Continue to eat slowly and chew thoroughly. Stick to lunchtime for heavier foods, as the acne is the strongest then. After day 10, fried foods, only if truly needed. Some foods, when we do the cleanse, some foods we don't want to eat afterwards. We don't have desires or we don't crave them any longer. So it's good to then keep them away and and focus on what you really like eating. Fried food are the hardest to digest and they should be avoided for at least 10 to 14 days after the cleanse. If reintroduced, keep portions small, use digestive spices like cumin, fennel, ginger. Still avoid cold or carbonated drinks and keep the caffeine minimal. This might seem tedious and a rather lengthy process, but your digestion will thank you with a strong and resilient acne. And it is the acne that keeps us healthy. So final thoughts. The cleanse wasn't just a physical reset. It was a journey back to rhythm, simplicity, and awareness. From the grounding meals and mindful pauses to the elimination phase and gradually rebuilding each day brought opportunities to listen to the body more deeply. While the post-cleanse phase is essential for restoring the acne and transitioning back to regular eating, it is the entire process of slowing down, simplifying, letting go that makes the most impact. The digestive fire is more than just a gut function. It reflects our ability to process and transform not only food, but also thoughts, emotions, and experiences. The cleanse quiets the noise. What we do after it determines what we can carry forward. Let this be more than just a one-day detox. It can be a starting point for a more conscious nourishment, a more conscious living on every level. So go slow, stay warm, keep listening, and your body will thank you.